Did you know that in the early stages of its development, Half-Life 2 featured a friendly alien that would follow Gordon Freeman around, feasting on the bodies of his fallen enemies? It was taken out when Valve discovered that the AI would be too difficult to program. You're listening to the Xbox Hub Podcast, the official podcast of the TheXboxHub.com. For all the latest Xbox news, reviews, videos, and opinions, make sure you visit TheXboxHub.com. But for now, settle down, get comfy, and open your ears for some podcast delights. Hello and welcome to the Xbox Hub Official Podcast, episode number 66. My name is Gareth Briley. I'm going to be your host, and on my virtual left is Mr. James Burks. How you doing, James?
Hello. All right, thank you.
Good.
You all right?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Yeah. And on my virtual right is Mr. Neil Watson. How you doing, Neil?
Yeah, I'm not bad. You?
Good. Twice in a year already, I think, isn't it?
Twice in a year, yeah. And we're only 5 weeks in.
Yeah. Wow.
Look at me go.
This is good. How you doing, you two? You okay, Neil? What you been doing this week?
Not an awful lot. Still under lockdown. But
Yeah.
I did have my COVID jab this morning, so
Did you?
there's a glimmer of hope at the end.
What was it like? Tell us all about it.
It was
Painful?
right. Walked in, was there about 3 minutes, walked out, came home.
Was it painful? Did the person chat to you?
No.
Yeah.
They just asked for my name and address, and that was about it, really. Then stuck a big needle in my arm.
Did you get to sit down?
Didn't even sit down. No, I was expecting to be observed afterwards. I thought that you went in, you had it, and then they were observing people for like 15, 20 minutes
that
afterwards.
was with the Pfizer.
Ah,
Pfizer.
okay. I had the Oxford one, so that's why then. I've obviously had the better one. And
I can just picture you turning up on your bike with your helmet on, getting the jab, and riding off again into the sunset.
I'm sort of
believe how tempted I was to ride my bike there.
I'm sort of imagining just going down the queue, just jabbing as they go.
Well, the thing is, this one's like a little pop-up place on the side of the doctor's surgery, kind of chemistry type place, and it's just for COVID vaccinations. It's just like in a little marquee, and they had maybe 5-6 booths already, all with people in there, and there was me and one old guy in there, and that was it.
Wow.
Okay, we were only there less than 5 minutes, but they could be getting them through that door a lot quicker than that.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't want it. People have asked. People might have turned it down.
No,
They've got no
everybody
customers.
wants it, James. Everybody wants
I
it.
don't know.
Oh, well,
No,
controversial.
people haven't.
James, what have you been doing this week?
Well, what haven't I been doing? Where do I start?
Where do you start? Tell us.
Is it a concert? Wrestling?
I'll say, if you would have listened to the podcast last week, James was going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to watch a Blackpink pop
4
concert.
o'clock.
4 o'clock. How was it?
I was absolutely shattered when I woke up, and I managed to make it all the way till the end of the show, which was an hour and a half long,
Wow.
and it was amazing.
Well done.
It
Good.
was song after song. It was definitely worth the early morning.
I can't think of anything worse than getting up, watching a concert, pop concert, at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, with snacks and fizzy drinks, and headphones on, and a light stick.
Wow.
It was a little bit on the verge of being quite sad at the same time.
I'm glad you said it about yourself, James.
Oh.
You don't have to go down that route.
I realised.
Wow.
Yeah, then I had the wrestling at midnight.
The Royal Rumble.
Indeed, the greatest event of the year, and that took me till 4 o'clock on Monday morning. So I was up for 24 hours.
And this is wrestling with crowd noise added in.
Yeah, and it was as terrible as I thought it would be. It was just no atmosphere. It's like this podcast. No atmosphere.
Good. That's what we like to
With
hear.
crowd noises.
That's what we like to hear. Slagging off the podcast 5 minutes in. Kind of an hour, yeah?
But yeah. And I haven't tried it yet. I found a new food to try this week.
You just listed all the things you've done. You're straight away. You're in here. Got loads of stuff. You're excited.
Yeah. I'm going to get through it all.
Yeah, go on.
It's called Pat Bingsu.
Oh.
And it's shaved ice, condensed milk, rice cakes, and sweet red beans.
But that's not food. I don't know who told you that's food, but it's definitely not food.
I don't know what you mean. It's a popular dish.
Is it nice?
I don't know yet, but I've got the ingredients.
The ice. I've got the ice.
Yeah, not milk.
Lockdown's got to end just for you.
Yeah.
They should just have you on BBC News, just say this is why we need to carry out.
He needs to get out of the house. Let him out, please.
Let him out. Wow.
I don't know what you mean. I'm trying new food. It's good for me.
Good. I like it.
But you didn't try the new foods during the Blackpink concert or the Royal Rumble.
They weren't new, no, but they were Korean foods.
Weird foods. That's what you
Chocolate
mean.
pies. Yeah, some dried ramen. That was nice. Some peanuts. Yeah, all the Korean favourites. Peanuts and chocolate pies.
This is what the viewers have been coming in for.
Yeah, they're watching us. Where are they watching us from?
The space. Good.
Yeah.
I have really two quick things I've watched. There's a Netflix film. If you want a good drama on Netflix, there's a film called The Dig about the excavation of Sutton Hoo with Ralph Fiennes and Kaylee Mulligan, and that's really good. And I'm sorry, say that again, James.
Cool.
Good. Good.
Then you showed us.
Good.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all the questions we got about the dig.
Great. And I know both of you are not going to see it. And then the next thing, I'm learning French, which is very slow and hard.
Is this on the back of that program?
What program?
The French program.
Oh, no. But it could be, yeah. I just fancy, I'm getting up to my big 5-0 and I'm not learning language ever, which is really bad. So I need to learn language in this year. So I'm doing French. Oh, it's a nightmare.
How are you doing it?
Online with a app. And,
Duolingo or something like that, is it?
I can't remember which app it is. It's, I don't know, it begins with B. I can't remember. I'll tell you next week.
Barney.
Barney. Let's call it Barney.
Bingsu.
That's the one. So I'm learning it, and those feminine and masculine pronouns and stuff are a nightmare, aren't they?
What have you learnt this week, then?
Oh, I've learned all sorts.
The most important thing.
I'm not going to say anything.
Can you say
out
hello?
loud. I can say, enchanté. Pleased to meet you.
Nice.
Yeah, you like that?
You're meant to reply Korean, James. Or have you given up with that?
I have actually started again this week. So hopefully I'll be able to share some more Korean phrases in the future.
Brilliant. Good.
Look out for that,
Look
guys.
forward to that.
Yeah.
The other thing I've been doing is feeling quite old. This is connected. I went on the PlayStation Destruction All-Stars. Have I got the name of that game right?
You have?
I have.
Yeah.
And I thought, I give this game, it's a free game, new game, and I felt so old.
But before you go any further, can I just jump in there? I don't play on PlayStation. I didn't really know a lot about the game. I was watching YouTube the other day, and the next video popped up with some guy playing Destruction All-Stars. And I sat there, pretty much open-mouthed for about a minute, thinking, what the hell is this? Is this what you felt like?
Yeah, you feel like, that's what I mean about feeling old. You look at it and go, I don't know what this is. I don't know why we're doing it. I don't know how all these people are brilliant at it so quickly. And it felt like I sort of like walked into a sort of like 100-year-old civilization that had been going quite well, and I walked in and I'm just like, what's going on? Who's this? What's happening? I played my first game online after doing a tutorial, and they had the points at the end, whatever you have to get points for, and our team won, and the top of the team, I think, had 800 points, the rest of them had 400, 500. I had 2.
Well done.
Yeah.
And I just turning up.
I think it might have done.
At least you helped get the win.
I did help get the win. I think they were swearing at me quite a lot. Yeah, but there you go. I did feel quite... It's like when me and you, Neil, we played Call of Duty, didn't we, on multiplayer?
Yeah.
Just before Christmas, the new one. And again,
we were getting shouted at.
Yeah, and we said, I think we're too old. Our reflexes aren't up for this. Yeah. James, you're not too old. Your reflexes still good?
I've got to say, there is any consolation. I saw videos and thought, wow, this is not for me. I definitely wouldn't keep up with that pace.
Yeah.
It looks very intense. As in, you're driving, you're out of the car, quick run around.
Yeah, it's basically you got a car,
Fortnite.
destruction, you've got to do hits, and then the car gets damaged, and then you have to jump out before it blows up, and then run along, jump into another car, and it's constant like that, yeah.
Except Fortnite and Destruction Derby combined.
Yeah.
Visually, that's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
from what I've seen. And
Yeah.
I can totally understand the reason for doing that, because if they get even 1% of what Fortnite's got, then they're doing all right, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's one of those games that I don't want to see it ever again.
No, I won't be playing it ever again. I might be deleting it. I think I have to.
Did you have to buy it, or is it?
No, it's free on the PSN thing.
Okay.
PlayStation Plus.
Yeah. What I keep saying PSN. God. Right. What other games have we been playing this week? As he links into the next section smoothly. James, what have you been playing?
I played a game called Get 10 Quest, which is similar to Threes. Remember the old numbers game where you match numbers to make denominations of
Oh,
number three?
yeah.
It's like that, but you basically match ones together, twos together, threes, etc., to make higher numbers. And that's the game in a nutshell. That's it.
Have you got to get 10?
No. In some levels, you've got to get to a certain number. So it could be 10. But other ones, you've got one single grid of tiles. You have to get rid of them all, apart from one. So it's quite mentally challenging. But it's good fun. Just to pick up and have a quick go here and there.
Yeah.
And I think there's 18 levels, which is pretty good for a game that's £2.40, I think.
£2.49.
£2.49.
Yeah. And can you snap it on the side of your thing? So while you play,
No.
like you could with Freeze?
No.
I can't believe that, James. That's terrible.
Is that
You're telling
snap
me
thing
they've taken
gone?
the feature away?
I think it has gone.
Oh.
The best feature of the last gen has disappeared forever.
God. That's
We'll
depressing.
never see it again.
That looks good. That's all right. Little £2.49 game. Can't go wrong. What about achievements?
Not that easy.
Okay.
I've only got 2 so far.
Oh.
But you get them for completing all 18 levels. It's tricky though.
Right.
How many levels? 80?
80. Yeah.
Okay. For £2.49 is pretty good going, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's an endless mode. You can just play forever and ever.
Good.
Anyway.
Neil, what have you been playing?
Yeah.
You got anything at all?
Yeah, I've been playing this game called Immortals Phoenix Rising. After I talked about it, and Richard talked about it, and Paul talked about it.
Yeah.
And everybody talked about it. So, but other than that, not really. I've been playing through Project xCloud quite a bit, basically because I'm reviewing a gaming controller, a Games X2 Type-C gaming controller, which is a bit like the Razer Kishi that holds your phone in place.
Oh, yeah.
And it basically turns your Android phone into a Nintendo Switch, really, and lets you play Game Pass games through the mobile.
Did I review that?
What's that?
That thing you put the controller on.
No, that was something entirely different, wasn't it? That was, I can't even think what that was called.
He doesn't know what he reviewed.
I
He
know.
can't have done that many. Accessories.
All I know, it's the most controversial unboxing in the internet history.
Correct.
We can agree on that.
Yeah.
No, this is just a little. Well, it's the same type of thing as what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's more along the lines of the Razer Kishi, but a bit plasticky. But it does the job. It lets you play Game Pass games on your mobile. I've got an unboxing up on the YouTube site, so have a look at that. I'll have a review as well coming soon.
Good.
But yeah, it's all right. But other than that, I've just been doing that really. Oh, and I'm also reviewing a set of headphones which only work through mobile and not through console. So I've been having to play Game Pass games through mobile.
What's it like playing the Game Pass? What is that okay? Do you enjoy it? What games
It
work?
depends on the game. I've been playing Donut County.
Yeah.
Which is kind of perfect for it, really. I don't know if you've played it, but it's just gone on to Game Pass, I think. And you're just a hole in the ground, and you just have to eat everything. It's just a nice little kick back and relax game. There's not too many menus to go through or anything stupid like that. Whereas you get something like Gears, and it's just all a bit too fiddly and a bit too detailed. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But for a game that is more kind of mobile based, like Donut County, no, it's absolutely fine.
Okay, good. I've played. I played the medium more. I'm about, I think maybe halfway through or something, which it's not a big game, so I haven't spent that much time in it, and I'm still really enjoying it. I can see.
Enjoying the rain.
Still enjoying the what?
The rain.
The rain. I love the rain. Yeah, on the headset. That hasn't happened again. There's been no controller stuff, but yeah, it's really good. It's good. It's a good game. I can see where some of the criticisms be, but I'm still really enjoying that kind of like world and exploring it. But it does feel like a really old-fashioned game.
I saw a review for that today, and I think they gave it was either 3 or 4 out of 10. It's not 3 or 4 out of 10.
Oh
is
God,
it?
no, not at all.
No. So when you say criticism,
yeah,
it's only kind of minor things and story wise.
Yeah, I think it's whether you like that game or not. I think it really comes down to that. I think whatever you can say about the game, it sounds great. The way it looks is fantastic, but it's a really old school kind of puzzle adventure. There's no combat. You're almost doing all the things you used to do in Silent Hill and Resident Evil, just kind of like that third person kind of scrolling around a kind of place, unlocking puzzles. Really, take that object here, put it there. But you're in that kind of split world of the world gets split into two, so you can see both characters in the ether world and the real world that you have to kind of work out how to get through certain doors that are open in the ether world and things that are open in the real world. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it, but I could see where other people might go, hold on, this isn't for me. This isn't what I expected.
Instead, they'd be playing Destruction All Stars.
Yes, the Destruction All Stars lot, they won't come over to the medium, I don't think.
It's not quite the same.
It's not quite the same. Yeah, but I love the kind of look of the place. It's great. So yeah. And another game I've been playing is called Another Dawn. And Another Dawn is a game.
Be careful what you say here.
Is a game that I've put up on YouTube, so you can have a look there at the game.
I think it's quite good.
The YouTube stream is amazing.
And we'll give you a good idea of what the game. What can I say, Neil? What can I say?
No, you can say everything. Go all in.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I mean, you start off the game and you're on a desert island. You're on a boat. You don't know why, and you have a walkie-talkie or a phone or something that says to you, "There's a woman screaming," and then you're off. And then you jump off the boat. You swim, but it looks like you're swimming in the air. The camera is the maddest camera you ever know. It zooms like a 1,000 miles an hour. So you have to go into the options straight away and get it on its lowest setting and get the right way. And then you get onto the island and you slowly... Do you remember, have you ever seen a film called The Beach? No, I won't say that. And then you go onto the island...
Is that the one with Black Mirror?
With Leonardo DiCaprio. And
I was going to say, is DiCaprio in it?
He has a little bit in The Beach where he runs like a video game character. He sort of does a trip sequence, and he puts his arms out front of him like a joke video game camera, and this is exactly how this looks as the guy runs. And then you get food, and you have to quickly get some food and water. Then you pick up some items like a wrench, and then you meet your first enemy, which is a soldier patrolling out, and they kill you. And then you start back again on the boat. That is basically the loop of it. The combat is awful. You can't get... When you're hitting someone, you're not feeling any connection, and also you're just missing them. You can't do... Or if you're hit... And then when you do kill them, you don't know why you've killed them because you feel like you've been missing them. It's not great. And you still don't really know what you're meant to do. Except survive, I suppose. And try to find out the source of this thing. So in a sense, I like the idea it's not hand-holding or it's not telling you what to do. You're trying to find it, which some games do really well. But you've got to get the fundamentals right. Camera.
I watched your stream, and the best bit was when you were swimming in the sea, and then you got to the beach and you carried on swimming on the beach. That was amazing. I haven't seen that in games for years.
Yeah,
absolutely years.
And someone's watched our stream, which is great, and it's really nice when people make comments and love it. Someone watched the game and went, "This game shows a lot of promise." And you think, what have you been watching?
Are you sure they didn't mean this gamer shows a lot of promise? Because they got that wrong as well.
Yeah. Wow. There you go. Another Dawn. James, you got another one?
I have. I've got two this week. It's a miracle.
Wow.
TOHU, which is a point-and-click adventure. And it's set in a very strange world where everyone lives on planets that look like fish. Bear with me here.
Yeah.
The main character is a little girl with no name, and you have to go and find tools to fix a sacred engine that's been destroyed. And yeah, that's it. It's your average point and click in terms of adventure puzzles and mini games.
Okay.
Although I've got quite a lot of mini games, like pipe mania types, fixing mosaics. There's even one that where you're mixing potions. That's quite cool.
Okay.
But for all the good puzzles, and I mean the artwork's pretty nice as well. It's so many little bugs that can break the game.
Right.
I mean, I've broke the game 3 times now, and it's quite frustrating. I don't know how it breaks. All of a sudden, you can't do anything. But if you don't have bugs, it'd be a decent little game. It's a nice little world, a nice little atmosphere on it. But yeah, until they fix it, I mean, it's a bit of a risk.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to hear more or read more,
yeah,
I've got a review coming out tomorrow.
Oh.
You can read the review.
Oh. We will do.
With a bit more information than what I've just given you.
Good.
Not much more.
What's it called again? Tofu?
TOHU.
Not tofu.
Tofu's really different.
Okay, good. Now, we're into February now. And as we all know. And what's coming out this month? We've done a little. There's an article on the Xbox Hub site, which is the sort of 9 games that you should be playing. There's a great, if you go on the YouTube site, there's a great kind of video that I think you've done together, haven't you, Neil, of games coming out in February?
No, it was nothing to do with me.
Ah, okay.
To be honest, Dave wrote the article.
Yeah.
And then Gemma, my other half, narrated it.
Great.
And Finley, my eldest, put it together.
There we go. Brilliant.
So I just sat there and clicked my fingers and got other people to do stuff.
Perfect. That's what you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really worth the watch. But let's go through some of the games that are coming out in February. Now, Control, that's out now, isn't it, on the 2nd?
Xbox Series XS edition, yes.
Yeah.
Obviously not the original Control.
And is that the DLC as well?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. That's worth a look, I think. If you haven't played it before, you should play it definitely now, because I love the original.
And it's still got one of the best moments in the last few years in games.
Absolutely. One of the best
Which
levels.
I won't mention it too much, but
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what I'm talking about. I know what you're talking about. Have you played it yet, James?
No, not yet. Typically play games with numbers and max 3 games.
Yeah.
What year are you going to play Control, James?
What year is it now?
Well, that's a very good question.
Maybe 2025.
Okay.
Maybe 4 years.
Good.
We'll be on podcast, about 500?
Yeah, something like that.
There's no way this is still going.
Next one, werewolf game. The Werewolf, the Apocalypse, Earthblood. We just got a review of that on the site by David, I think. He's given it 3 stars. So it's quite repetitive gameplay. I think generally that's what everyone's saying at the moment. It's getting sort of like 4s out of 10s and 3s and 5s, and it didn't look great to begin with. It's not one of the game I looked at the kind of clip and went, "This looks really cool. I really need to play this."
I thought it was quite interesting. I quite liked the idea, to be honest. But yeah, it's a middle of the road game, isn't it?
Yeah. We won't go through them all. Anyone you want to pick out? I mean, Little Nightmares 2 is coming out next week. That's one I'm really excited about.
Yep. That looks good.
That looks good on the 11th. What about you, Neil? What's out of that list? Which one are you?
Taxi Chaos.
Ooh, what's that?
It's like Crazy Taxi, but with words round the other way and crazy substitute for chaos.
Good.
Yeah. I'm guessing it's like Crazy Taxi was back in the day and a bit mad. We're in a taxi, you go around, you pick people up, you drop them off somewhere else. What more do you want from a Crazy Taxi wannabe?
Are they doing it? And it's nothing to do with Sega then? They're just sort of like...
I know, this one's from Lion Castle, I think.
Right.
But it just looks a bit nuts, and so it could be fun.
Good. James, what about you on that list of February games?
There's only one that stands out for me, and that's Retromania Wrestling.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, it's very old school by the looks of it. I think that's what we need in the wrestling market at the moment. It's a simple, old school, back to basics, and just chilling with some wrestlers.
Can I suggest what a wrestling game needs? Right.
Yeah.
It just needs to be tested by humans before they release it.
Well, hopefully this one will be.
Yeah, good.
I mean, it's been delayed a little bit, I believe. So hopefully it's going to be in tip-top condition. And there's some wrestlers that are from yesteryear, a couple of wrestlers from the current day. I think it'll be a nice little nostalgic trip.
Okay.
And that's on 26th of February.
It's not...
There's another wrestling game as well, isn't there, that's just been announced. What's that called?
There is now. I've already mentioned it.
I can't think what it's called, though.
Action Arcade Wrestling.
That's it. AAW.
AAW, yeah.
Yeah.
A
Which
made
one's
up
going to be
one.
better, James?
Um,
Come on the spot.
AAW looks more fun. But I think I enjoy WrestleMania more.
And
I think.
would you enjoy that more than 2K Battlegrounds?
I'd enjoy Another Dawn more than Battlegrounds, to be honest.
Oh, that's a shame.
But yeah, that AAW looks to be more of a fun game without having a license. So we can do a bit more with it, I think.
Yeah,
You've got no
just go a bit
wrestlers that we
nuts.
know. Yeah. You've got tables on fire, radioactive characters. What more could you want?
What more can you want?
And there's actually 2 more wrestling games.
Oh my God, that's enough
in the
now.
near future.
God, more?
So it's going to be, AEW are doing one, and the Wrestling Code is another one.
Right.
We've got 4 coming this year. Well, at least 3. That's good.
Do you think they've come about because 2K have knocked WWE on the head, basically, haven't they?
I think it's more the fact that people weren't satisfied with what they were getting, so they thought we'll do it ourselves.
We'll do something slightly different, go a different route.
Yeah, because everyone, even people that aren't in WWE, like the wrestlers, they enjoy playing those games. But when they're not free anymore, you've got to go out there and develop one yourself. And that's what they're doing. And they're getting behind people that can make games.
So what you're saying is next we should see like a slew of new football games because both PES and FIFA are boring. And there should be something
Certainly
fun.
hope so. I mean, I wouldn't be against it.
Bring back a proper sensible soccer.
I'm writing a review at the moment, and I kind of start the review for this game, Super Sports something, and it's got a little blast. It's got a football game on it, and I remembered a game I used to play in an arcade in about '93. That I used to play the game, and I can't remember the name. And in the middle of the game, a streaker used to appear and stop the game. And I really want to know what that game is. So if anyone knows what the game is, we used to play in an arcade football game, and a streaker used to come on and interrupt the game. Let me know.
It wasn't the football game with the balls, was it? You used to have a ball controller. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I don't think it was that one.
No.
Oh.
I don't know what that was.
That's what you want. More football games with streakers on and balls.
Or just fun.
Just
football game.
Fun,
Yeah.
Exactly. 2 more releases this week just to chat about briefly is the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which I just watched the trailer for. It's coming out in May. May's a busy month now, isn't it? Jesus. I think that's... Can we got a date there for that one? I think it's May the blah blah blah. Around that date. 14th, thank you. You 2 interested in this? Have you played the other 3, the first 3? These are the Mass Effect 1, 2 and 3 all bundled together.
I've played 1 and 2.
Okay.
Really enjoyed 1.
Yeah.
Quite like 2. Didn't touch 3. Would I play this again? Probably not.
No.
I'm not bothered about going back. Look forward.
James, what have you played of them?
I think you asked me this before.
You didn't have to pause and not
trying to think
reply.
of the same answer.
Yeah, basically, not a lot.
No, a lot. Okay,
I think a bit of number 2.
I think you should play it. I think you should be the one to do it. I like Neil. I can go through it again because it's a lot of hours.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't even play a game that's 4 hours long, let alone 3 games that are massive.
I think it's probably
400.
Yeah, it's a lot of hours. Yeah, but it's gonna people. I can't see me playing it again. I can't. Maybe Richard was quite happy to play it all again, and we hasn't played it. But
I think it's the way to do it if you've not played it before. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be well up for it if I could be bothered.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's another game coming out that's on the Yakuza Remastered. Which one is this one called? It's coming to your Xbox. Judgment. How many of these games are there? There are loads of them, aren't there?
Not enough. We need more.
Wow.
We're
Well,
excited.
there weren't any. until 12 months ago. Got them all.
But it just seemed to be every week there's about 4 being released or something. I'm never going to get through them. Never going to
And
get
they're all
through.
huge.
Yeah, exactly.
But they all look brilliant. But again, I just don't have the time to stick into those games now.
No.
Going back to what you said at the start, getting old. Feeling old.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a nice, I think we've got it on the Xbox Hub. There's a game called, which really I like the look of, a little indie game that's coming out called Bending the Plane. Mind Bending, the Plane Effect. Thank God I looked at it. Yeah.
Yeah, try it again. Maybe third time lucky.
What's it called? The Plane Effect.
Yeah, he's really interested in this one.
Tell us about it.
Go on, Neil. Tell me about it.
I don't know an awful lot about it.
It's me.
It's from P-Cube.
Yeah.
We've done Nexamon Extinction, one of James's favourite games of recent years.
Oh, yes.
Shanty and things like that. It just looks a bit strange, a bit weird.
It's like
distorted.
It's like a dystopian kind of world, isn't it? Like an office. It reminds me a bit. What's the game that came out last year in January that I really liked? I think I did. That's set in a kind of dystopian world where you're an office worker. God.
The one with the mobile phone, or not?
Maybe.
Oh, come on. If I say the one with the mobile phone, you must remember it.
I can't remember. I can't remember the name of this thing I'm talking about. It's in front of me.
I know what you mean. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, we're doing well, aren't we?
We are doing well. Yeah, good.
Stay tuned, guys.
Stay tuned. It's a bit like that game that came out last year in January. Oasis, I keep thinking. Oasis, I've got in mind. What's it called?
No idea.
Oh, Jesus. All right, good.
It's definitely not called Oasis.
It's something like
100% it's not called Oasis.
Yeah, go on, sorry, James.
Can I say that if you want a streaker game, there's a streaker game on PC.
Is
called
there?
Super Streaker Plus.
Oh,
and you go into the pitch,
and
you have to steer the ball and score, and all the players try to attack you.
That's great. Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm just finding that while.
Thank you very much, James. Right, we're going to play
a review for you next week.
Yeah, we're going to play a quiz. You two are really excited about this. I've made a quiz. Now, Richard was going to be on this week, but he had a mic problem, so Neil's and him have swapped. So you're going to get the benefit of my quiz this week.
Lucky Richard.
Shall I explain the rules? Because you two don't know anything about this, do you?
No.
Yeah, how does the quiz work?
Now,
what is it?
I'm worried that I've nicked this from somewhere else, but another podcast has nicked my last quiz, so I'm quite happy about this. But I've basically gone on to the I've picked 5 games, and I've gone on to Metacritic, and I've looked at the user reviews.
Oh, not the user reviews.
Or some might say psychiatric daycare. And what I've done is I've taken a game and I've picked in levels of difficulty, so you can't guess it, 5 comments, with a review. And what I want you to do is I'll start with the top one first, and I'll go down to the most obvious one. So you'll get points for whenever you guess it. You're allowed 1 guess each after I say the quote.
Okay. Have we got to wait until you finished the quote?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I might just do it in order. So let's start with Neil first, and then we'll do James on the second one.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, so it's fair. And then for a bonus point, I want you to guess as near as you can, the nearest one to the user review Metacritic score for that game.
Okay. Let me get Google open.
Jesus.
I don't like playing games against James because I know he cheats. He cheated at Pac-Man years ago.
Oh, it's that again. Right, are we ready? Game number 1.
Yes.
The first quote. The turning point for me was when something that has been an enemy suddenly helps you, and whenever the heck the final minutes of the game was, my wife walked in while playing and was like, WTF. And I echo her sentiment. Neil.
I haven't got a clue.
I know it's hard, the first one. The first one's going to be really hard.
Something changed. Something helped you at the end. Did you say helped you at the end?
Yeah, an enemy suddenly helps you, and whatever the heck the final minutes of the game was, my wife walked in while playing and said, "What the?"
Are these all Xbox games?
Yeah, these are all on, but no, not it might be not exclusive Xbox games, but they're all from the Xbox Metacritic. Yeah,
Okay, so this is Xbox One or as far back as Xbox 360?
could be
Because that's a
360.
lot of games.
I know.
Oh, no way.
I know.
We'll go with Prototype.
No, James, what's your guess?
Viva Pinata.
No. So
That's a good guess, though, James.
very good. And down to the number 4 now, for 4 points. It's pretty, but it's still just a platformer. The puzzles are generally not that hard, but just require timing, which can be really irritating and requires dying over and over and over and waiting on reloads. James, you can go first on
Mr.
this.
James, okay.
Yeah.
It's tricky. It's a platformer. Is it Ori?
Oh, I was going to say Ori.
No, it isn't Ori though. Good guess though. Very good guess.
Is it Rad Rogers?
No. Imagine if I picked Rad Rogers. That would be one out of the blue. Of all the games. Good.
I like Rad Rogers.
I know, it's very good. Number 3. It is quite an immersive world through its beautiful animations and dark, dreamlike atmosphere. Neil.
Dreamlike atmosphere. See, I wanted to go with Ori just from that last one. We'll go No Man's Sky.
Ooh, no.
That's not a platform.
It's not a platform, no. You've doomed it now. James.
Platformer.
I'm going to have to rush you.
No idea. Super Meat Boy.
No.
I don't know.
No. Number 2, it gets easier now.
You said that since number 4.
You play as a boy trying to escape from what I'm not sure. A factory of sorts, a communist country from being a test subject. It's James first.
Is it Limbo?
No. Neil, what's it?
Is it Inside?
It's Inside. Well done, Neil. Oh, James, I'm so sorry.
Winner.
I've not played Inside.
Oh, 2 points to Neil for that. Well done, Neil.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done, Neil.
And the last
Cheers,
one
James.
was
That was
absolutely...
a good quiz.
I'm
Oh, good.
going to give you the last one for the people at home. Absolutely brilliant game in every aspect. Absolutely worth its price. I played Limbo, and I see where all this is coming from. But Inside is better than in each way.
You'll get half a point.
No, you've got a bonus point if you can get whoever gets nearer to the Metacritic score from the reader users. James, what are you going to go?
86.
So it's out of...
It's out of 10, James.
It's out of 10,
You're
and
not
it's a point. So you can have like 4.5.
I'm still going 86.
So what? 8.6, yeah?
Yeah.
8.6. Okay. What you got, Neil?
I will go...
You go higher or lower.
Can I be cheeky and just go 8.5?
You can.
Yeah, I'll do that because I just think people will prefer Limbo. And I reckon it's probably something stupid like 4. But I'm going to go 8.5.
It's 8.3. So well done, Neil. 3 points to Neil so far. Well done.
Oh, Neil.
Thanks.
Right,
Oh,
come
this
on.
quiz.
Yeah,
Let's carry
good.
on.
Let's carry on. Next one.
Right.
First one. This game made me develop a Pavlovian response to brain damage, and I find doing fellatio with a cactus more enjoyable.
Love Metacritic users. They're brilliant. Is this to James?
This is to James first.
Gears of War.
No.
Can you say it again? I'm not really listening. I was just kind of laughing.
This game made me develop a Pavlovian response to brain damage, and I find doing fellatio with a cactus more enjoyable.
Could be anything, can it? We'll go Halo 5 Guardians.
No. Good. Number 4. This game is only fun to play with 2 or more friends. Playing solo isn't fun at all. Most of the missions are half-arse and not rewarding. Neil.
So you can play it solo, but it's better with a friend. We'll go Journey to the Savage Planet.
No. James.
Call of Duty, Black Ops.
No.
Yeah.
Next one. Best game of 2016 so far. I've been playing with friends non-stop and it's been a blast. It's full of laughing moments and some intense, stressful ones. If you have friends, definitely get this game because it's a game that makes good memories and heartfelt endings when you defeat a hard boss together. A lot of clues in there, but still hard. Who's next? Who is it?
James.
Yeah. Oh,
James.
is it me? Dark Souls?
No.
The Division.
Well done, Neil. That's 3 points for you there, Neil. Well done.
Hey.
The other two really quickly. This game is one of the best Ubisoft titles in a long time. It's a great game worth a big penny. And the last one is The Dark Zone is the best PvP setting idea I've ever seen. It's awesome.
It was the 2016 bit that gave it away for me.
James, have a guess at the what the score
I should guess, shouldn't I?
Oh, you should guess. You go.
We'll go with 7.7.
Higher or lower, James?
I'm going to go with 7.8.
Who was? Oh, yeah. It's 6.9, so that's Neil.
There's only
isn't
two
it?
of us here.
I'm getting confused. I'm writing things down. I'm looking at lists. I'm all over the bloody place. It's a chaos. Good. 7 points to Neil, 0 points to James. Come on, James. Pull your idea. This is it. Don't blame the game. I know that's what you're doing. You're blaming me, saying this is rubbish.
I didn't say any of that. No,
I know
not
you
at all.
I know you think.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like, yeah.
Where's Richard when you need him? The real quiz master.
Next one. The game is overhyped, and I suspect the critics were influenced to make the game better than it seems.
Is this to me?
Yeah.
Red Dead 2.
5 points, Neil. What?
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well done, Neil.
Thank you. Cheers.
I didn't
You
expect
right
that.
there, James? Got anything to say about that?
Yeah, no, just carry on.
The other ones were, number 4 was, after putting 16 plus painful hours into this disappointing sequel, I've come to the conclusion that it's not playable. Number 3 was, realism is annoying.
I love that.
No.
After sticking all these hours in, it's unplayable.
I've come to the conclusion, like as a scientist. Realism is annoying. I hate watching loot, skin, and cook animations 100 times. And then a perfect experience of a game, open world gameplay, and it's great in the Xbox One. And then I've got the last one. Because there's only one studio in the world capable of giving 7 years of its time, and this studio is first released after the new GTA in the next 2 or 3 years. So Neil's on 12. Let's have a go at the score. James, you going to go in? What do you think?
5.6.
Neil?
I'll go 5.5. I think it's probably lower.
James, you got a point. It's 7.9. Well done, James.
Isolation point.
Well
Thanks,
done,
Neil.
James.
It's all
You gave me that
playable.
one.
It's all playable, James. You got to just get in here now. In the last
I'm not
two.
thinking about what games you played. Because so far, it's all the games that you like. So,
Okay.
that's the key.
Okay.
I figured you out.
Another Dawn's next.
Here we go. This is the first one. Biggest piece of shit game. Don't buy it unless you want to shoot yourself. Don't waste your time playing it. You would have more fun playing with a rock.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. Who's?
This to James.
Is it
I think it is James. Yeah.
is it PUBG?
No.
Oh.
I'll go the other one then, Fortnite.
No. Good. Second one. Boring and overrated. I have no idea what people see in this mediocre game. It might be fun the first match or two, but beyond that, it falls flat. Who was that? I've lost it now. Neil.
Oh, me. Bleeding Edge.
No. James.
Overwatch.
No.
Well, that was my other choice.
Simple but fun. Perfect indie game. Easy learning curve but hard to master. One of the most fun co-op games at new generation consoles if you have some friends to play with. James?
You, James, no.
That's confused me now.
Is it the new generation that's confused you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember they wrote this at the time. So it could be now,
Hey,
it could be...
no clues, please.
It could be
I want to win this.
back in 360.
Co-op game.
Could be OG Xbox.
Yeah.
I don't know. Call of Duty 4.
Okay. No. Yeah.
Halo 5 Guardians.
No.
I'm going to keep coming back with that.
I don't think I've ever heard that game mentioned more. Mentioned more than when it came out. Right, number 2. The question that's 2-1. Everything about this game is amazing. The music, the physics, slowly getting better and better. The moment when you hit a ball just right, shutting down trash talkers, playing with friends. The list goes on. Who's it, Neil?
Is it Rocket League?
Yes. Yes, it
I
is.
thought that at the start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The co-op bit threw me.
2
I
points.
nearly went with that for number 4.
Yeah.
2 points for Neil.
Okay. Winner again, yeah.
Bonus. Whose turn is it to guess? The score.
Mine.
Okay.
We'll go Rocket League. We'll go 6.2.
Okay. What about you, James?
6.7.
It's 8. So, James, another bonus point, 2 points. I don't think you can win this, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm afraid. And for the last
There's
one.
no winners here.
There's only one winner sat in this seat that I'm in.
And the last one of that Rocket League, my girlfriend and I both decided to start this game together. Since the first game, we had laughs and a blast enjoying this game. We enjoy progressing our cars and adding little touches to each one. I recommend this game. Okay, right, next one. Big performance issues, terrible graphics for a console game, and the worst issue of all, the cinematics crash and have poor animations.
Who's this to?
I think it's Neil.
Oh, it's got to be Cyberpunk.
No,
Oh,
James.
I'm going with Halo 5 Guardians.
wait, that's mine.
I think you've lost the energy for this game now. Next one. Too long dialogues in cutscenes instead of good balance and just storytelling during playing. Too many video clips of real persons trying to imitate Hellblade but does it poorly. James.
It's a Hellblade reference. So it's recent. No, not a clue. We're going to Watch Dogs.
No. Neil.
Medium?
No. Number 3. The game is very odd. It's meant to be a mental trip, but the theme and setting and execution all work overall. And if you can plough through the first portion of the game to where you acquire your first object of power, you find the game gets significantly more fun. James. Is it James?
No,
No, it's Neil. It's Neil.
Whoa. Is it Control?
It is Control. 3 points. Well done, Neil. The last two.
Haven't finished yet, James. You can still win the bonus point.
The last two were compelling stories, much hidden details and great humour. Combat is fun, and Jesse is a very relatable character. Remedy proves once again they are the best studios in the industry. For the last one. So let's do a guess. James, you guess it. What's the score?
7.6.
Neil.
8.8.
James is the master of the bonus points. It's 7.3, so 3 points to James. Neil
After random numbers.
Neil finishes with 17 points. Well done, Neil.
That's a really good quiz. I really
Hey,
like
that's
that.
good, isn't it?
Can I come back next week and do another?
You could do another one of those. That's it. We're going to do that again for poor James, so he can get better at it.
And can I just say, I love Metacritic users. They're
great,
amazing.
Yeah. James, how are you feeling? Any commentary for the press?
Is that it? Right, bye guys.
You've been thinking about this all week. I know this now. You're going through
You
it.
can already tell he's Stephen.
Yeah.
I hope we never, ever do that again. That was the worst quiz I've ever known.
Oh, God.
Well, thanks for that, Gareth.
Oh, dear.
Good effort.
Good, thank you. What are we looking forward to next week, you two?
Oh, I don't know, really.
It's like I'm shocked you.
I was all like really high and ready to go, and then you came in with that. I don't know.
Yeah. It must be something.
I don't even, what's the date today? Oh, Little Nightmares 2, obviously.
Yeah, that's my one.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, my
Sorry.
God.
On the Road Truck Simulator.
Yeah, that looks good. Let's go for that. I like that.
Yeah. And that's it for me.
When's the 11th? Is that next week? Next Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah. So
That's when Little Nightmares is out.
There's a film coming out called The Post. Oh, I forgot that right. Probably haven't got it right. It's on Netflix and it's got Tom Hanks in it. And
it's 2 words. One of them.
It's got Post in the title somewhere, and it's about a kind of man who delivers letters in the Wild West to people, and it's meant to be really, really, really good. By Paul Greengrass, who did the Bourne films and many more.
It might be called The Postman.
I don't think it is, because there is another one. I'm sure I got this right. We won't look. We won't check. Don't check. No one check. The Post. We're calling it The Post now. James, what are you looking forward to?
Little Nightmares 2. And a film called The Post.
I think I lost you after the first question in that quiz. That you just phased out.
I don't think I was ever really here.
I think you lost him as soon as you said, I've done a quiz.
Oh, God. I worked hard at that, everyone. If you like that quiz, please let us know. And please tell me where I've nicked it from.
Let us know in the YouTube comments, and we'll pick out our favourite ones next week.
Yes, exactly. Now, we're going to go now. James, where can we find you?
I'm reclining in the corner at my boss. But I'm also on Twitter and Instagram at OKGKO.
Good. And Neil, what about you?
I'm on Instagram, Neil363. That's my gamer tag as well, if anybody wants to follow me on Xbox. I don't play a lot.
Well,
But, I might change one day.
you've obviously got some good knowledge because you won that quiz.
Exactly. I've been playing games a long time.
No comment.
And you can get me on Twitch or Twitter at GBBriley. But for now, thank you very much, gentlemen, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to the official podcast of TheXboxHub.com. You'll be able to find all the notes of this show at www.thexboxhub.com/podcast. You can also check out our social feeds on Instagram and Twitter at The Xbox Hub, and search for The Xbox Hub on Facebook.